Let's work on hip flexors and hamstring activation. So this little sequence is simple, but you can make it really effective for you. So first off, I'm going to start with my right leg behind. We're going to try and find a nice sort of supported lunge. So here, the importance is to have really good alignment. You really want to focus on your compensation. Yeah, so here we want to try and do a posterior tilt. That means we are kind of slightly exaggerating the tailbone coming underneath and really pulling upwards from the pelvic floor here. Okay, so you should feel already an opening in the right hip flexor. Try and stay nice and tall. And we're going to take ourselves to move slightly forward. But don't let go of the alignment that you've made with your spine. Once you've taken that nice forward, you're going to tuck the toes and gently lift the knee. So as you can see, I'm trying to squeeze into the glute, slowly take it back down and tuck it back. Yeah, so we bring it back and we really tuck it back. You want to really try and find that tuck. And we go again, we move forward, we slowly shift. We take it back down, and we squeeze. There is another added element that you can use is to create traction between your foot and your knee here. Yeah, so your front foot and the knee. So that creates extra traction here as you move up and back down. Really pull back. You can see I'm really squeezing everything, okay? So the importance here is to really engage, really find that tailbone under so you can really open into the front of your hip flexor. The second exercise from this sequence is that from here, yes, I'm kind of moving forward. We're gonna place the hands behind the head and we're gonna lean into our thigh. So create a really long hinge. When I mean the hinge, I'm gonna take myself onto the other leg. But when I create that hinge, once we've done this beautiful, with this beautiful hip flexor on one side, we stick to the front, try and really close that gap between your hip bone. So now we're doing an anterior tilt. We're trying to exaggerate that tilt forward, and we are going to squeeze into the back of the hamstring here. So when you start moving with the hands behind the head here, we're gonna come into that low lunge. Try and take yourself like super long. So imagine that someone is pulling you forward and try and keep this quad engaged. Don't collapse into your thigh. We're trying to keep nice and long, and then from here we're gonna do some springs. Don't try and straighten the leg fully. Just feel your hamstring springing into that engagement here. So I wanna feel my hamstring working. I don't wanna let go of my hinge here. I want to keep my hinge. So if you feel like your lower back is starting to let go, don't take it as far. Yeah. So for me, I'm quite flexible. I can straighten that leg quite well. But if you lack flexibility, don't go too far. Okay. So this way, what you can do is combine the two elements. You do your hip flexor here. Yeah, we've done that hip flexor movement. And then after this, you can take yourself into that lovely low lunge and start working the pyramid. Also, drive that hip back. Just try and avoid having the hips turning the other way around. Try and really keep them and pull the hip back. Keep that lovely anterior tilt here. It's really important, yeah? That's the most important part of this exercise. Have fun!